morning children. In the last class we discussed about the question answers of air, wind and cyclones. Today let me start new lesson, that is reflection of a light. Before that, remind about your FS lip test. Next Monday, the coming Monday 21st onwards, you have your FS. Today I will post the timetable, as well as class teacher will post the timetable and subject teachers will post portion for that. Prepare well and write all the test compulsory. Last time only few students they submitted. This time we'll hope that all of them they submit their books, FA books. Please try to write and complete your FA test. What about the projects? Only few books I got for activity and project. I gave the activity, FA1 activity, FA2 activities also. Complete it soon. Okay. Reflection of a light is your 9th lesson. In class 6 you saw that how shadows are formed. You observe that shape of the shadow changes according to the position of the source of light and position of the object. You drew shadows of same objects and you notice that the rays of a light travel in a straight line by the observation of shapes of the shadows. You came to know that when a light falls on an object, it will be reflected by the surface of that object, and that reflected light reaches our eyes. We can say that object. In this class, we try to learn more about reflection of a light. Okay. In class 6, you already discussed about what are shadows and what are images. And in this class, we are going to discuss the reflection of a light. What is a shadow? When a light passes through opaque object, shadows are formed. And to get the shadow, we need a screen, source of a light and opaque object. When a light passes through transparent object, images are formed. These topics we discussed in our 6th standard. And in this lesson, we are going to discuss reflection of a light. How the light comes back. What are the laws of a reflection? Where the reflection property is used. Everything we are going to learn. When you will able to see a clear image of yourself in a plain mirror, will you are able to see your image in a mirror if the mirror is in front of you in a dark room? No. If a light falls on my face, then it reflects, then only I can able to see. So what is it? When you will able to see a clear image of yourself in a plain mirror, will you able to see your image in a mirror if the mirror is in front of you in the dark room? No. If there is a light, then only it is possible to see the image of yourself in a mirror. If not, we can't get our image. It means light is needed to get image. And when a light falls on our face, it reflects from there and it goes into the mirror and we can see our image. Let us do a simple activity. Point a torch towards the mirror so that it falls on the mirror, which would hold as shown in the figure, and try to see your image. Okay. Next thing, then the torch towards your face as shown in the figure and see your image in the mirror, in which case your image will be clear. You will find that when the light is focused on your face, you can see your image clearly in the mirror. You also notice that when light is focused on the mirror, you find a dim image of your face in the mirror. Why does it happen? So what is saying that two situations are given. One is you are facing a torch towards a mirror and seeing your image, and second, you are focusing a torch on your face and seeing the image in your mirror. You will find that when the light is focused on your face, you can see the clear image. From this, what you understood, that when a light falls on your face and from your face, if it is reflected, then we can see the clear image. So always you should arrange a light in front of a dressing mirror. The light should fall on your face, not in the mirror. If we get in the mirror, from that it reflects and you can't see your image clearly. Clear, children? Next, we already know that to see any object, light should fall on it. In daytime, we are able to see all the objects. When you are in a room, even though sunlight does not fall directly to those objects. How it is possible? The multiple reflections of sunlight from the surface like wall, floor, ceilings finally falls on the object and gets reflected by it and reaches us. This enables us to see the object. So during a daytime, if a light is off or on, we are able to see all the objects. How it is possible to see all the objects during a daytime? Because directly when object light is not falling on that object directly, but even though we can see the object clearly without lights. How it is possible? So sunlight, when it falls on the walls, mirrors, it reflects and reaches our, it falls on the object and reaches our ear. So in this way we can see the object during a daytime. The light is also in absence of a light. Imagine that your friend sat in the middle of the room. Estimate how many times reflection of sunlight would take place to finally fall on your friend. Identify the place from where light reflects. How a light reflects after striking a object. We need to understand about a rays to know how a light ray is reflected after striking an object. Ray of a light. Let us do this. Take a mirror strip and a black paper as shown in the figure. Cover the mirror strip with a black paper and cut 1 centimeter wide slit in the black paper as shown in the figure. What is asking? Take a black strip, mirror strip, take a mirror strip and a black paper. Cover the mirror strip with a black paper and cut 1 meter wide slit in the black paper as shown in the figure 2b. Now you can see that this is the mirror, how they arranged. Hold the mirror strip with a slit facing the sun. You will see some light coming through the slit. Let this light fall on a sheet of paper spread on the ground. Sheet of paper spread on the ground. See how nice experiment is given. Light coming from such a slit or any other small hole looks like a ray of a light. Ray of a light. We shall use this mirror strip covered with a slit of a black paper in the following experiments also. So from this simple experiment, what you are going to conclude that light travels in the form of a ray. Light travels in the form of a ray. Okay. Now comes to the next simple activity. Let us observe the light ray of a light reflects. Place a black sheet of paper on the ground such that of its sunlight, such that half of it is a sunlight and other part of the is in a shadow. Okay. Hold the mirror strip with a slit falls facing the paper. Now take another mirror strip and place it in the path of the light such that light ray coming from the first mirror falls on the second mirror. Now you can see that they are holding the mirror which is covered with a black paper which is having a slit, and that should face towards a sun. Half of it should be in a sun, half of it in a shadow, and that should be exposed to sunlight. Place a mirror in front of that with ask your friend to hold a mirror. When a sunlight falls on the slit, it reflects. So you can see the ray of a light. What do you observe? Did you see any other ray of light apart from that the mirror slit on the paper? This effect, the mirror strip on the ray of light, is called a reflection. The ray of light falling on the mirror is called incident ray, and the ray returning from it is called reflected ray. So the on the black paper or the black mirror slit ray is falling, it is said to be an incident ray, and from that it comes back and falls on the second mirror, it is said to be a reflected ray. Okay. Now let us study about the laws of reflection. See, from the simple examples he gave that what are the things we have to first how the light travels in the form of a ray. How you come to know? See the figure 2c. Take a mirror strip and cover the mirror strip with a black paper, and just you place a small slit in the middle. When it is exposed, when a light falls on that, what happens? You can see the image of that on the sheet of paper which is spread. That is in the form of a ray. And if we arrange one more mirror in front of that, it reflects. The ray which is falling on the black mirror is said to be an incident ray. The ray which is coming from that mirror is said to be a reflected ray. So from this simple example we discussed that incident ray, reflected ray and light travels in the form of a ray. Laws of reflection. Is there any relation between the direction of the incident ray and the direction of reflected ray? Let us do this. Take a sheet of white paper, draw a line segment AC, draw another straight line at a right angles 90 degrees to segment AC. What is asking? Spread a white paper on the table, draw a line segment AC and note the 90 degrees at the center. The second line which intersect a segment AC at a point B. We shall call this line as a normal. From the B a line is running, that line we will call it as a normal line. Why we are discussing? To discuss the laws of reflection. Draw two lines from a point B on the left side of the normal and two lines on the right side. The line should be at angles of 30 and 60 respectively from the normal. Number those lines 1, 2, 3, 4 shown in the figure 4B. Now you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 with a different angles, that is at 30 degrees and 60 degrees respectively from the normal. You can see the figure 4B. Okay. Now place a mirror strip vertically on the line segment AC with a reflecting surface facing the normal. See that back of the mirror coincides with a segment AC. Take the mirror strip with a slit and light ray falls along that. You did in the earlier experiment. Now try this. This ray is said to be a incident ray and it is denoted with the angle I. Like a L they wrote, it is said to be a angle, and incident ray angle of incident is denoted with the letter I. The angle between the normal and reflected ray. So did the reflected ray falls on any of the lines you have drawn? If yes, on which line did it falls? The angles between the normal and reflected ray is called angle of reflection. Adjust the mirror strip with the slit so that its light ray falls along the lines and observe on which line the reflected ray falls. Adjust the mirror strip with the slit so that its light ray falls along a normal. What happens? Where did you find the reflected ray? Record your observations. On a line 4, on a line 3, on a normal. Angle of incident 30, 40, 60 you took. Reflected ray and where it is falling? Angle of reflection. I will present the video related to this also. Don't get confused. Do you see any relation between angle of incident and angle of reflection? State the relation in the form of a rule and write the rule here. So if we observe the table, from the table we can understand that angle of incident is equals to angle of reflection. So what is the rule? Angle I is equals to angle R. Is asking us to write, let me write, that is angle I equals to angle R. What is the angle I? Angle of incident equals to angle of reflection. I is denoted with denotes angle of incident and R denotes angle of reflection. Coming back, bouncing back is said to be a reflection. Reflected ray, incident ray. A perpendicular line from the midpoint of the any line segment is said to be act as a normal. And with respect to the normal only, we need to draw the lines. We need to draw the angle of incident and angle of reflection. So let us verify the rule with a simple experiment. Let us verify the rule. What is the rule? If the two incident rays from angles 20 to 40 respectively with a normal, what will be the angles formed by reflected is with the normal? Definitely there will be a 20 and 45 only. From this we can say that angle of incident equals to angle of reflection. Observe the diagram carefully. The ray of light from the candle is reflected at the mirror and bounces off at the same angle as it comes to the mirror. Our eye does not know that the light has been reflected. Our eye see the object, the candle in the mirror, and feels light is coming from the candle which seems to be behind the mirror. In this way we can see the image of the candle. See that how nicely it is given. A candle is in front of the mirror. It is placed and the midline it is acting. It bounces back. You can see the image here. I will show this. This is the image of the candle. When it comes back, it reflects back. Your eye can see this. You will feel that Directly from the mirror you are getting the image. It goes inside and comes back, bounce back, comes back. This property is known as a reflection. Okay, today we discussed that shadow and image difference. Light, when it falls on a opaque object, shadows are formed, and light falls on a transparent object, images are formed. Bouncing back, coming back is said to be a reflection. And what are the laws of reflection? First law we discussed, angle I is equals to angle R. Angle I is equals to angle R. These points we have discussed today. And let me remind children, in the next week, that is 21st onwards, you have your FAs, and your portion is third lesson. Animal fiber is important, third lesson. I'll post in the group also. Prepare well and read all the question answers. I'm going to give some questions from the middle of the lesson also. Prepare well for that, children. Okay.